Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loads 15, where I'll be giving you my predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action, which will be a big day tomorrow in the world of horse racing and a lot of juicy races to get stuck into. But if you're brand new to the channel, welcome to Lucky Loads 15. What I do is I make daily horse racing predictions in the format of a Lucky 15 bet, mostly each way, which we did today. And my ultimate aim for this channel is for me to become a horse racing journalist, which I'm hoping to do in the near future. I'm going back to university to study sports broadcasting journalism at university, and with a master's degree there, so hopefully I can get the contacts and experience there to go on to be what is my dream job of working in horse racing. So this is the main aim of this channel, and like I say, I do lots of vlogs every week, every day, and I give my predictions on what I think will run well and make the frame in the races. We're not always there or thereabouts. Sometimes we have some shockers, but sometimes we've had some good days as well, so bear with us, and hopefully the more vlogs we produce, the more winners we'll get, and hopefully we'll get better practice and more experience in becoming what I ultimately want to do. So please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already here at Lucky Loads 15, and like the video as well. But I'm just going to go through on how today's selections ran. We had 2 places today in our each way Lucky 15, but all horses, to be fair, were at least in the picture today, and we didn't have any absolute no-hopers today. We had Rousseau, which was my nap, Sandown, lost to Havana Grey there. We actually backed for Royal Ascot, where it didn't really finish anywhere, but Havana Grey was a previous course and distance winner in a listed race, and it ran a very good race today, coming in at 3-1 there. That was the second favourite in that race, and that was always leading from the off really towards halfway, and Rousseau was always catching it, but it never managed to come home for us there. So it ran respectable back in second place. Then we had Francus at Sandown, finished 4th, but was in the race for a lot of the way and only got beaten within about 2 lengths in the end, so it was a creditable performance. On the each way side there, they were only paying 2 places, and well done for a few of you I noticed in the comments below that went with Spark Plug, which Ryan Moore rode. That was a nice win there if you backed that, so well done if you backed that horse there. Then we went on to the evening action at Haydock with Longshot, which for a while I thought might run a good race. It was travelling quite nicely, but then when it was delivered under pressure, it couldn't really find anything compared to its other rivals, and quite faded out to finish back in about 5th place in the end. So that was slightly disappointing there, but at least it travelled in the race, and it looked like at one point that it might come to fruition. Then in the last race we had McAleal at Chelmsford, which was in the lead towards the end of the race, but just got headed by a fellow Godolphin horse. So all in all, that wasn't a bad performance there, just unlucky it didn't hold on. But like I say, it wasn't a bad day today. We had some creditable runs, and yeah, my nap didn't win again, but hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow. And like I said, there was a lot of juicy horse racing on tomorrow, and I've made a Lucky 15 for tomorrow, and there'll be some long shots in there. I know some of you have gone to me and said, can you please do some long shots? Well, I've managed to do some tomorrow, because there is some wide open horse racing tomorrow with some bigger fields, and I definitely think it could be worth taking a punt at 1 or 2 of these. I'm going to be getting stuck in tomorrow as our first race in the 150 at Sandown, and the horse that we're going for here is a horse that we've backed before on the channel called Kyllang Rock. It's trained by James Tate, and tomorrow William Buick will take the ride. Last couple of times it's been Martin Harley, but William Buick is a good positive jockey booking. Currently 12-1 with bookmakers in the moment, and has been very consistent. Hasn't managed to get a head up too much this season. I think the horse has only won once this season, but it's ran 2 creditable performances in listed company, and only just been beaten in both instances as well. So I definitely thought at 12-1 that this horse could be a player in the race tomorrow, especially with it been making the frame the last couple of starts, and I think it could be due for a good performance. It liked the ground as well, and the trip. The good to firm side of things won't really put a dampener on the horse, and I thought at a bigger price that was definitely a good one to go for. Our next selection tomorrow will see us go to our biggest shot of the day, what our long shot is. Now we've started to classify one in our vlogs. We had one the other day with our man in Havana, which we did get at 8 to 1, but obviously if you look at the SP, what the final one was, it was 2 to 1, but there was a whole lot of money on that horse on the day, but we managed to get a good early price at it. So that was our long shot a couple of days ago, and this is going to be our long shot for today in the 3:15 for Haydock, and the horse is called Saigon City, trained by Declan Carroll. Pat Grave takes a ride, who's a fairly good jockey to have aboard. This horse, you might think, well, why have I gone for this one if it's 20 to 1? Well, if you actually look into it a bit more, it's got a few credible claims for this race. It's quite a wide open race tomorrow, but this horse has definitely got some good experience and some good form in the bag. It's run a couple of times this season. It's had a second and a win, and last time out it won at Newmarket, where it actually beat a horse that went on to win at Royal Ascot, and that was a very good performance in that Royal Ascot race, winning the Queen Alexandra Stakes, which is a bit of a longer race on the flat. This horse as well is going to be off a very workable mark of 98 tomorrow, and I definitely think compared to a lot of its rivals it's very well handicapped. It will definitely stay the trip tomorrow. The ground shouldn't be too much of an issue, and I definitely thought at 20 to 1 this horse could definitely make the frame, and that's why we've gone for it there. Our third selection tomorrow sees us go to the biggest race of the day, which will be the Eclipse Cup at Sandown in 3:35. Absolutely cracking race on paper. Quite a few horses with very valid claims here. The one I've gone for is my nap for tomorrow, and that horse is Barney Roy. And Barney Roy, last time out, won the St James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot in a very good performance, and this horse has definitely got some good improvement that I could see it rising to tomorrow. It's going to be racing against, I should say, some tough opposition tomorrow in Cliffs of Moher, which is dropping back in trip. A lot of the connections said the Derby run was possibly just a little bit too far for that horse. It's also going to meet Eminent as well tomorrow, which has been tipped to put in a good run tomorrow. They've also changed the jockey booking for Eminent from Jim Crowley to Sylvester de Souza, so not sure how that one will play out. It'll be interesting to see if that makes any difference for the horse, because also as well there was a big thing about a week or so ago that in training or something it beat a course record out in the gallops or something, so that might be one to watch out, and that could maybe the money horse tomorrow, and if I was foreseeing into the future, or that one, or the other one that could be a money horse was Decorated Knight. I nearly went for Decorated Knight in the end because he'll definitely like the ground. He's a previous course winner here at Sandown, and he's been running in very good level in Group 1 races, and he only just lost to Highland Reel at Royal Ascot a few weeks ago, so he will arrive here in good form tomorrow. But I thought Barney Roy was the one for me. He's been very good in his very 3 or 4 races that he's had in his career so far. He's won every time except the second that he had in 2,000 guineas, where he was very unlucky that day. He bounced back last time. It's a bit of a gamble, to be honest, if he's going to last the trip. He hasn't raced over this far before, so it'd be interesting to see how he gets on, but I definitely think he's a quality horse. He also has a good pedigree, being being the grandson of Galileo. His mum was a Galileo mare, so there's definitely some stamina in the pedigree there, and I thought tomorrow he could definitely put in a good performance. He was 3 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment, making him the second favourite behind Cliffs of Moher, but that's probably the reason Cliffs of Moher is the favourite at the moment, is because of the Aidan O'Brien, the Ballydoyle and the Ryan Moore connections all kicking into place there. So it proves to be a fascinating race tomorrow, and I definitely think there's a good 4 or 5 horses that have a good chances of being in the frame there tomorrow. But Barney Roy's going to be my nap tomorrow, and I definitely thought he was a good shout. But let us know in the comments box below for your selections for that race tomorrow. It's a very exciting race there. Our last selection tomorrow will see us go to the 5 o'clock at Haydock, which nearly was my nap, but I decided to change my mind. But I definitely think this horse will run a good performance tomorrow, and it's already shortening in price. I got it at 5 to 1 about an hour ago, but last time I checked a couple of minutes ago before I made this vlog, it was 10 to 3, so that could be a money horse tomorrow that's being backed very well. It's called Roman Holiday, and it's trained by Ed Vaughan, and Harry Bentley takes a ride tomorrow. This horse has definitely got a lot of improvement that can come from it. It's off a mark of 81 tomorrow, being put up £5 for its last time out performance, where it won at Newmarket in very nice style, coming off the pace. This horse seemed to suggest that day it was capable of a lot better, and if it's maybe delivered and at the start towards more of the business end of the race, it could go on and absolutely put in a cracking performance tomorrow. And I thought 5-1 when I took that price. That was definitely a good price, at least on the each way slant, because at least if it places at 5-1, you're going to be getting a fair price there on it placing. So I thought that was a very good prospect there. Also as well, a few of its market rivals tomorrow are a little bit hit and miss, and maybe have a few more questions to answer, whereas this horse tomorrow, we know it'll be arriving here in good form. It's got some good connections, and with it always running there or thereabouts and wearing its heart on its sleeve through many of its races through its career so far, it definitely seems the horse that will keep on improving, and the handicapper definitely hasn't found it out yet. So that was going to be my last selection there, Roman Holiday in the 5 o'clock at Haydock. But if you've got any tips that you think will run well tomorrow, let us know in the comments box below. It was hard, if I'm honest. There could have been a couple of other races that I could have chucked in tomorrow, so let us know if you've got any tips elsewhere tomorrow. You never know, I might do 1 or 2 of them. Also as well, you can follow us on Twitter if you want to follow us throughout the day, at LuckyLoads15 on Twitter. You can also follow us on Facebook, but we're not quite so active on Facebook, but you can check us out if you feel free to on there. Also as well, please subscribe to the channel. Like I have mentioned a couple of times, I want to get this channel going a little bit better. I live not too far away from some good horse racing stables, so it might be nice to get out to the stables one day and maybe interview some trainers, some of the staff as well, about how they go preparing a horse and how the world of horse racing works. That'd be quite an interesting vlog to do. So yeah, gamble responsibly. You don't have to do my bets like I have mentioned a few times, because if you don't think they're going to run well, please don't do my bets. Do your own, what you think will run well, or just don't bet at all. But anyway, you've been watching Lucky Loads 15. Gamble responsibly. Hope you have a good day tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.